Welcome everyone to our Sunday Yin practice together. Let's begin in a seated position. Taking the first few moments to feel your breath. Feel your breath slowly enter your body and slowly depart your body. Notice the subtle sensations above your upper lip as you draw the breath into your body. Follow the sensations above your upper lip as you release your breath. Allowing all your awareness to be on your breath. In this moment, nothing else is happening for you other than your breath in and your breath out. The breath comes in, washing over you like a wave. Let it come deeply into your lungs. And the breath comes out, washing away from you, taking with it any tension, any worries. Breathing in slowly, we welcome in the fresh air, oxygen. Breathing out slowly, softening into our seat. Notice where your mind is in this moment. And see if you can practice awareness without judgment. If your mind is calm, let it be calm. If your mind is agitated, sit with that. Let go of any ideas of right or wrong, and be fully in your experience of this moment. Take a deep breath in, maybe your deepest breath of today. Open your mouth, release the breath. Twice more like that, a little deeper every time. Follow the breath deep into your being, down into the lungs, expanding the belly. Release the breath out through your parted lips. One more time, slower on the inhale. Slowly welcome the breath into your being. Let it move you, expand you, and then release it. Let it go. Bring your left hand to the center of your chest and your right hand on top of it. And take this moment to connect with your heartbeat. Feel your heart beat. Beating ever since you were born. Quietly working, distributing fresh prana to the rest of your being in every moment. Breathe in and feel this space expand. Breathe out. Release your hands back onto your lap, palms facing down. Feel your knees underneath your hands. And remember, this practice is a practice of self-love and compassion. Breathe in deeply and let it go. Already you may feel a slight shift in your energy. If not, don't worry, we have time. There's no rush. Now let's begin to move our head in circular motions. Go even slower than you're going. What do you notice? Keep your awareness on the physical sensation of the movement. Notice where there is ease, where there is tension perhaps. And again, try not to qualify one as good or bad. Remember your breath. And change directions. Now going the other way. Now move in bigger circles, moving the shoulders, the torso in a circular motion. The Sufis do this as a meditation. We call these Sufi rolls. I know, Bronte, you know lots about this. Let this movement be mindful. Remember, it's moving meditation. How does it feel to be in your body today, in this very moment? How does it feel as a feeling, not as a thought? Are there areas that you avoid? Can you explore them? And now we'll change directions, going the other way. And make the movement a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. Smaller yet, coming back to center, making the movement so small It's almost invisible to the naked eye. There's still a little movement happening. So small that only you know it's happening. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, come into stillness. Bring your hands together at heart center in Anjali Mudra. If you'd like to set an intention for today's practice, now is a good time. Let it be simple. One word. Keeping your intention in your mind's eye. We'll chant Om together. Breathe in. Softly blink your eyes open. Bring your hands back onto your knees. And we'll start in seated butterfly pose. All of you have been to my classes and know that this is one of my favorite poses to start with, as it really begins to open our back body. So we'll start by lengthening the spine as we breathe in. And as you breathe out, begin to relax your neck, your shoulders, and to allow the weight of your body, your upper body, to draw you closer to the ground. Let go of any effort in your arms, so you need to relax your shoulders and your elbows. And if you feel like you lack space, you can move your heels further away from your groin. As a reminder, our priority in Yin is our relaxation. The stretch is a bonus. Continue to breathe deeply, all the way down into your belly, so you may be able to see your belly rise and fall. Feel the connection between your root and the ground. We are all the daughters of Mother Earth, and she provides support and assistance whenever we need her. We don't even need to ask. She's there, ready to hold us in our joy, hold us in our grief, and offer stability and reassurance. Qualities that we all have within ourselves, but Mother Earth reminds us of them. Take a deep breath in and release the breath out. Relax your neck, relax your face. Begin to surrender, remembering that there's nowhere you need to get to. We're already here. And there's truly nowhere else better to be. That's why we're here. The continuous present moment. Anytime you notice your mind wandering elsewhere than the present moment, return your attention to your breath. Deep belly breath in. Slow breath out. As we stay in this pose a little longer, visualize Anahata, your heart chakra, glowing a pink, soft light through the back of your ribs. This light englobes your entire being and provides comfort, warmth. Breathe in deeply, knowing your sisters are breathing with you wherever you are. There are other people breathing at the same time. With every release, let go a little bit more. We'll stay here for 3 more deep breaths. Allow your breath to fill you with life, to move you. And now, as slowly as you can, bring yourself up, one vertebra at a time. Lengthen your spine. Reach the crown of your head. Feel yourself elongating, lengthening. Place your hands on your knees and begin to turn the other way, opening your chest slightly. Lift your sternum, drop your shoulders back. Breathe in, expand the front body. And breathe out, return to center. With your eyes closed and as slowly as you can, transition into a child's pose. Imagine that you're moving through honey, so you can't go very fast. Feel every part of your body as you move. Feel the connection to the ground as you lower yourself down. As you arrive on the ground, your arms can be forward or backward. Give yourself permission to let go of all effort. In this moment, nothing is expected from you. You don't need to smile. You don't need to solve anything. All you need to do is breathe. trust the wisdom of your breath. Allow your breath to bring you clarity and comfort. Together we breathe in and we breathe out. Yesterday we celebrated the solstice, and with change often comes uncertainty. We may feel excitement for what is to come, and we can also feel concern for what we don't know, grief for what is being left behind. We have been given all these emotions so we can experience them. And we tend to have our favorite emotions, and we would love to live in those most of the time. But sometimes our least favorite emotions join us on our journey for a day or a night or a week. Yin invites us to see what is happening within us and be with whatever we see. Take a full inhale, welcoming in whatever is here for you in this moment. And as you breathe out, remember everything is temporary. It's all passing by. Nothing is permanent. And now very slowly and gently come up to a tabletop position, still moving through honey. And take any movements. If you're already in tabletop, just ask your body what she needs. If you're not sure, you can close your eyes and see what happens. What needs to be moved? What needs to be loved? What needs to be felt? By the way, there's another yogi practicing with me, so if you hear another sound, it's someone else, another sister. Remember your breath, mindful movement with breath. How does your body want to move? Maybe the movement is tiny and visible. Maybe you make big movements with your hips. Enjoy the freedom of this moment. When was the last time you simply gave yourself the time to move as you needed to? And we'll slowly make our way back to a neutral spine and tabletop. So we're going to press the left hand down gently Shift the weight into the left hand. Reach your right hand up to the sky. Breathe in deeply as you reach up. And then slowly begin to reach your right hand over to the left to rest your right ear, your right cheek on the ground. I like having my left elbow that there's no effort in my shoulder, but this is my preference. You can see what works for you. As ever, it is your practice and you do what you need to do. I simply offer a space for that to happen. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out slowly. Last week there was a time change and I'm still phoneless. And so initially there was only one person on the call, then there were two. But she asked me if I class. And my answer was absolutely, because I love sharing this practice, whether it's with one person or currently 5 of you. It fills me with peace to be able to share a practice that is so beneficial to us, that supports our healing by simply entering a deeper state of relaxation. By taking the time to connect with what is happening internally. By taking the time to breathe. Breathe in deeply. And release. And just as slowly as you came into the pose, gently push yourself back out. Reach your left hand up to the sky, deep. And reach your left hand over to the right, resting your left ear to the ground. And I'll share with you in total truthfulness that there have been times in my life where yin has been a challenge, where coming to class felt a little bit like a chore. Sometimes it's blissful, sometimes it's hard. but it's always beneficial. Living in the fast environment that we live in can be so tempting to use distractions, to seek fast pleasures, rather than taking the time to be with ourselves. This is the harder task. But we always come out knowing ourselves a little better and with a deeper sense of gratitude for ourselves, whether the practice is easeful and pleasant or difficult. We can feel gratitude for allowing ourselves the space to feel. Breathe, everyone. Welcome the breath into your being. And let it go. Trust that you're taking everything you need from each breath. And that you're letting go of everything you don't need. Together we breathe in. And together we breathe out. As slowly as you came into the pose, make your way back out. And into a downward facing dog. A gentle down dog. Take any movements that you need. And now tiptoe your feet to your hands to come into a ragdoll. Take your feet apart. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face. And breathe. Notice if you're gripping the ground with your toes. If you are, just lift your toes from the ground and then rest them back down. Breathe in. And breathe out. Return to a downward facing dog, moving mindfully. Hands to the ground, feet to the back of your mat. Take your deepest breath in yet. Let it reach the depths of your lungs. And sigh out. Clara, relax your neck. Good. And again, breathing in. Letting go. One more time. Letting go of the old to make space for the new. Lift your right leg to the sky. Open the right side of your body. Take any movements with your ankle, with your knee, with your toes. And bring your right knee behind your right wrist to come into a sleeping swan. As a reminder, we don't want to have any pain in the knee. So if there's pain in the knee, we can do this on our back. And we can bring the right big toe closer to the left heel. If your glute comes to the ground, you can use a cushion underneath your right glute. If it's lifted as well. Now let's breathe in as we stay high for a moment. And slowly release yourself to the ground if that feels good for you. Into your sleeping swan. Bring your awareness to your jaw and actively relax your jaw. Your tongue may even hang out of your mouth. The jaw and the hips are directly linked. So when we hold tension in the jaw, we hold tension in the hips and vice versa. Our sacral chakra and our throat chakra are connected energetically. The center of our emotions, our creativity, and the center of our communication. Slow breath in through the nose. Visualize the breath coming all the way down to your second chakra. Release the breath, release any effort to be here in this moment. 2 more. And as slowly as you can, return to a downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Lift your left leg to the sky. Take any movements you want to take with your left ankle, your toes, your knee. And come into your sleeping swan on the left. Left knee to left wrist. Left foot to the right wrist. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, sink into the pose, perhaps lowering yourself closer to the ground. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. In this moment, everything is exactly as it needs to be. You are experiencing everything you need to experience. For your soul's evolution. Whether we know it or not, our soul is constantly evolving. And our ego tries to keep up, sometimes confused about what's happening. Whenever I ask myself the question, why is this happening? I try to ask myself, what is the lesson in this? Like my phone breaking for the second time. I'm like, okay, surrender. What is the lesson in this? What is there to be learned? So in your half pigeon on the left. Okay. Taking a few more breaths. As slowly as you can, begin to make your way out. Clara, if you want to stay for a moment, because I know you had to come out, stay in Swan. Everyone else, making your way back to down dog. Feeling your body. How does it feel in this moment? Can you send your breath to any areas that need your attention? Let's drop our knees to the ground. Clara, if you want to meet us with knees on the ground, you're welcome to. And we're going to stretch our toes, the sole of the foot, the fascia on the foot for a moment. So keeping your toes on the ground. You can either press back with your hands or you can sit up. We'll take 5 very deep breaths. That's only 2. 2 more. I know I need this because it feels so intense. And then we'll place the tops of the feet down. Take the knees a little bit wider apart so that the glutes can sort of fit in between the heels. For some of you, your glutes will touch the ground. For me, that doesn't really happen comfortably, so I don't force it. So we're in a hero pose. Let's breathe in here. And as we breathe out, soften the shoulders. Either stay exactly as you are if this already feels intense in the thighs and the knee joint. If there's any pain in the knee, I would recommend sitting on something so there's no extra pressure. If you feel okay here, you may want to take your hands to the ground. For those of you who have your hands on the ground, if you think lowering your elbows to the ground, go ahead. Please be really mindful that there's no pinching in the lower back. If you feel like you can take your shoulders to the ground without pain in your spine and the muscles around the spine, go ahead. If you stayed up like me, be exactly where you are with the sensations, where you feel them. Breathe. You can visualize a sun around your solar plexus, emanating light. And Nina, if you feel like you want a little bit deeper without dropping your elbows down, you can walk your hands behind you like I'm doing. No obligation, of course. You can just see if that feels good. And we'll take just a few breaths here. Wherever you are, be fully there. slowly, as you came into the pose, make your way back out. And come into a seated position. You can come away from the heels, cross the legs, and come to sit on your glutes, extending your legs. You may want to do a little massage on your knees, welcoming in the movement of the fluids that get created, released when we put compression in our joints, when we compress our joints, rather. The legs, if you're not already there, wiggle your toes. Les jambes étirées devant toi. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. And as you breathe out, just as we did in the first pose, let gravity do the work. All you need to do is breathe. If you catch yourself trying to go further, ask yourself where you think you're going. Remember, there's nowhere you can arrive. Stay with your breath. Stay with yourself. Take a full breath in. A full breath out. If you would like to use a little effort to bring yourself closer to your feet, you can. Reaching forward, relaxing your neck while you do this. Release wherever you're holding onto, and very slowly make your way onto your back. Surrender your weight to the ground. Feel how stable and sturdy Mother Earth is. Slowly bring your knees into your chest. Hug them in. You can move them from side to side, back and forth. And when you're ready, drop them over to one side. You decide and extend the opposite arm in the opposite direction for a thoracic spine twist. I like to think that as we gather, we lower the speed of our thoughts, the speed of our breath, the rate of our heart, and enter these deeper states of relaxation. We are then able to face the world more calm, more loving, more patient. The world doesn't stop being the world, but we can certainly decide how we show up in the world. Who we want to be in every moment. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, breathe out. And slowly make your way back to center. And take your knees to the opposite direction. Deep breath in through your nose. Let it all go. And gently make your way back to center. Take any final movements you need to take here. I love finishing with a happy baby or rocking back and forth. Perhaps you want to do a shoulder stand or a plow pose. Once you've done whatever you need to do, then slowly make your way onto your back. I have to share that my friend came into a shoulder stand and the dog just came and lay in front of her, so now she can't lie down. Once you're in Shavasana, once you're in Shavasana, place anything you need under your knees. Make yourself as comfortable as you need to if you need to take any final moves. If you have any lower back discomfort, take your feet wider and allow the feet to tantric style Shavasana. Legs wide, feet fall out. Let's take 3 deep breaths together before resolving to our final deep rest. Last one, deepest one today. Hold it in for a moment. And let it go. Shavasana. Air is energy and moves freely through time and space. When we know air, travel with it, move on its wings, then we can also tap into its deep wisdom and knowledge of the ages. It broadens our perspective. The more we learn to know and work with this energy, the stronger power we will have to be instruments of transformation in our own lives and the world at large. To learn from the air, become more conscious of your breathing. Breathe more deeply and more slowly. Feel your breath filling all the areas of your body, not just your lungs. Imagine this energy entering your system, purifying all your organs and expanding your consciousness. Begin to deepen your breath once again, visualizing your breath expanding your consciousness. And gently return some movement into your body. Amor, 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 amor. El mensaje es el amor. Cuida a tu hermana como a ti misma. Eso es amor. When you feel ready, you can hug yourself, hugging, holding yourself, and rolling over to one side in fetal position. Hey. And gently making your way up to a seat. Barking dog yoga, it's a new thing. Bring your hands to your heart again. Feel your heart beating in your chest. Remember, you are love, you are light. Everything else is Maya, it's an illusion. It's not who we truly are. We can get a little confused at times. All we really are, each one of us, is love and light. Let's bring our hands into a prayer and close our practice together by chanting the sound of creation. Breathe in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May there be peace in our minds. May there be peace in our hearts. So there can be peace in the world. Namaste. Thank you, sisters, for practicing together, for joining. Thank you so much.